I met this girl when I was 10 years old. And what I love most, she had so much soul. Hey everybody, it's Old School Heart. I hope everyone is doing very well out there. Looks like the snow is melting in Chicago. I am happy about that. Although I did hear that we would be getting more sometime tonight. So I'll take what I can get. I hope everybody is warm. I hope everybody is safe and they've had a productive week. I wanted to just come in today just to have a little cultural conversation. I am going to start making sure that I post videos on Wednesday and Sunday, but you can look out for my videos for sure by Wednesday. I will tell you that. But I wanted to come in and just talk about something really quickly. I don't always get to read newspapers because I'm always doing something. I got like 50 things going on, not just work-wise, but also in my mind. I have a lot going on. So while I have a lot going on, one of the things that I try to do to make sure that I am attuned to what is going on in the United States and the world is I listen to a number of podcasts. One of those podcasts is The Daily, which is run by the New York Times. So they go over different articles and stuff for the week and, give the liberal perspective. On this one that I was listening to, it was talking about, these team of mothers who, during the pandemic have joined together so that they're able to accomplish what they need to accomplish, as parents and as they work in the workforce. So they were talking about that although, parents as a whole are working together during the pandemic with their children, children are at home a lot more. So there's school, there's other activities that need to be done. So the role of the parent has, of course, increased due to the pandemic. And although the father has stepped up in many, many ways, we all know that the responsibility of the children's education, their needs and different things like that is really going to be on the mother. And so they were talking about the hardships that come with the pandemic and this new shift that they have with, maintaining a work balance as well as child responsibility. And so we're talking about how a lot of mothers have joined together in order to get all of this accomplished. And so there are mothers in certain areas who have, rooms in order to give to other mothers. They're offering their homes and the internet so that the mother has a quiet place to work. Some mothers are offering to babysit children in order that, the mother is able to work. Doing a lot of things to combat the fact that they have to not only work still, but also take care of the kids, do school, online school, and all of this other stuff. So, the writer was talking about, how much it's important to advocate for families who have the responsibility, an increase in responsibility, and how, Mitt Romney, as well as a couple of the Democrats, are actually coming up with a plan to give people with children a stipend of $300 a month so that they can use it for parental responsibilities and different things like that. Which, I have no problem with. I am single. And I thought about it for a second. I was like, dang, I should get pregnant so I could take part in this tax that, not this tax, but this stipend that the parents will get every month. In my mind, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, damn, I got to get pregnant in about a year, because right now, it's just on the floor, they're shooting it around. And they're trying to get more people to align with it so that it actually passes, and so one of the things that the writer said, I believe it was the writer who is also a mom, said that kind of got me was, as she was talking about the hardships of parenting and, being an advocate and a supporter of Mitt Romney's plan, was they talked about Black single mothers who have been doing this for years. And, she's like, yeah, and they've been doing this so long, and it's a shame that we haven't paid particular attention to the work that single Black mothers have put in, and how they've been able to easily maintain. They were, at one point considered lazy, but it's so funny because we find statistically now that a lot of these mothers maintain working while being a single mother the whole time, and so they're going through these statistics and different things like that. And she's like, yeah, what about the families, especially those families who have children that are sick, that are special needs, that need this money, that need this extra support, and that could use, the extra help from the government. What about those people? And I find it so funny, white women in general do this, whenever they want to make a point, or whenever whatever group wants to make a point, they want to use a specific audience or target population in order to have an argument, or in order to support their argument. They would use a particular target audience. And so for this white woman who is married, she decided to use the population of people who have, kids that are, affected with certain disabilities, physical or learning, or single Black mothers, as a means to support her argument. And it's so annoying to me because if you have a particular argument that you're fighting for, you don't have to use other populations in order to prove your argument, especially when you're not going to advocate for them outside of that argument. If you are not going to support them or have not supported them for years on a particular argument, don't use that population. That irritates the out of me, because I can't curse no more. That irritates me because we know white women have not supported Black single mothers ever. We know that they have frequently been on the side of their lovers, of the white oppressor who they are married to. We know that they frequently side with those men. And how they treat Black single mothers. So don't try to, because your argument now is we need this push, we need this money. Don't try to use them now. You've never advocated for single mothers or mothers who have children with physical disabilities or learning disabilities ever before. That's not something that you have done. So why now would you decide that that's something that you want to do? And the reason why that you're deciding that you want to do that now is because you want to see more money in your pocket. I think that that is wrong. And I think that we need to start calling out people, especially white women, who do this all the time. We need to start calling these people out and letting them know that's a no-no. I understand that you want someone to support this bill. I understand that now all of a sudden it's an issue for you, but put your own crap on the line. Just say that's something that you want and that you're advocating for, but don't use my people and don't use those people as a means to get it. That's unfair. And I feel that way also. I love and respect the LGBTQIA community. Love and respect that community. But one of the things that I find wrong, particularly with the T community, whenever the trans community talks about their struggles with being trans and getting support for being trans, one of the things that they frequently argue is, well, what about the people who can't have babies? What about the people whose reproductive systems are not able to do what most reproductive systems are able to do? What about the females, without ovaries? What about the females who aren't able to do this or this or this? That's unfair. And I always think, and I don't know this to be true or not, but are you advocating for those people outside of, when you want to make your argument? Are you advocating for, treatment for those people? Are you advocating or making sure that that particular group, has the medical research, the funding for medical research, so that certain conditions that are, affecting these certain women are being researched? Are you doing that? Or are you using it as an argument for yourself? Because if it's just for you, then you haven't done anything for that group, then don't use them. Don't use that argument. Don't use it at all, because we all know that you're just using it to support your issue, your own particular issue. And I think that's what I was hearing when I was listening to this daily podcast on this particular day. White women a lot of times don't give a shit about what is going on in our community. But when it serves them, when it serves their purpose, then voila, here we are. So I want to know what your thoughts are. I am going to post the link to that podcast so that you can take a listen. I want to know your thoughts about it, and your thoughts in particular about when we use a certain community, for our arguments, without supporting them. How do you feel about that? Let's have a cultural conversation. Once again, I'm not trying to get on the LGBTQIA community. What I am saying is it kind of is not useful if you're not going to advocate for these people altogether. If you're only going to use them as your defense and you're not going to include them in your platforms and you're not going to advocate for them all the time, then stop using them for your argument. Stop using them if you've never called and asked them how it feels to be without something or to not have something. Stop doing that. If you're not going to support them, so I want to talk to you guys about that. I hope you guys are having a happy Sunday. This is just my little Sunday rant. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the number of supporters that have come through. I love you guys. I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.